Hello, what is up? This is your boy, alertwolf, gonna bring you another anime review, and this time I'm doing it on Hakkenden, 8 Dogs of the East, episode 9, and this one is called Guard. Alright, and this is a straightforward episode. Basically, Hamiji is going to school. We get some. This episode is just meant to be, a little funny, a little weird, but not really story intensive, only to the purpose of where she's headed. So she heads to the academy in town. Foxboy there is wondering why she had to go. She said her goal is to be a doctor, so he's very proud of her, even, because he loves her. And, then what's his face, Wolf Boy, of the 4 great houses, he yells at Shino for causing all the rain damage from the previous arc or episode, 2 episodes ago. So that's all funny. Alright, so none of that's really important. They bake some muffins, she goes to class, she forgot her books, so or the books hadn't come in yet, so Shino had to bring them to her. And she gets to her dorm room late at night, and she was alone until, she was, just in a room by herself. Shino gets to the dorm and tries, goes to go find her. You hear some, bells ringing. Meanwhile, Sosake stays behind in Gold Point. Because, he's not allowed on there because he's a dude. And basically, she meets her new roommate, and the roommate is Suzu. Hold on, I actually wrote this down so I wouldn't forget it. Kumagaya. Alright. Suzu Kumagaya, right? So Suzu is a roommate. She's very nice, and, she says she's hungry. She offers her some muffins, and the sweet girl. And, I was worried I wasn't going to make friends here, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, yeah, this place is strict. You have this one chick that she's like the president there, and or whatever she is, and she's super rich, super nice, but she's strict and she enforces the rules. Okay, so then right as they're talking, Muramasa shows up pecking at her window, and she's like, "You guys are here late." She yells at the crow and drops the thing on him. She goes, "I'll be right back." So she goes outside to get the books, and then she goes back in, and then a weird purpley aura appears and changes the coloring of the area, and you hear the bells ringing. You hear this song, which the lyrics of the song change as things are going on, and they depend on the situation that's going on, but scares Shino, and so he bounces. And so he goes the next day. He goes to the to the cafe, and they're eating food, or the restaurant or whatever, and where Kabungo works, and all of them meet up there, his whole new group of friends, and they're all laughing at him because they're like, oh, what's wrong? They used to see the ghosts. Ghosts are creepy, they're scared of ghosts and water bugs and stuff like that, cockroaches. So they ask him to draw the ghost because he said it's fluffy, and he draws this bunny bear stuffed animal, and and it freaking, and he's terrified, and they're cracking up. And later you get the explanation from the madam chick that it sounds like it's the collection of manifested aura and spiritual energy, but I wonder who gave it a form, so there's that. Meanwhile, she goes around to school. She meets that chick that she was warned about, and she was actually she wasn't that bad. She's clearly the head of the school, but she's, she may be firm, but she's not she doesn't seem like a bad person to me. She warns that be careful because the security guard that's out at night is pretty strict, and if you get caught by her, you're done, and she has interesting ways of punishing you. Meaning she may know or have some knowledge of this teddy bear, bunny teddy bear stuffed, like, spiritual stuffed animal. Maybe she has some knowledge. Maybe she's the one who created it. Who knows? But she's like, well, I left some books and my little sister dropped them off. She goes, oh, it's okay. Just don't let it happen again. And we're cool. It was your first day. I didn't have a chance to talk to you anyway. So things are cool there. And so then Shino decides with the man chick, because she's clearly not a chick. That's clearly a dude. To go, and they're all worried. So they go with Sosake and Shino and the man chick. They go, and basically they go to school to visit her, and to actually not to visit her, to track down this apparition. And then they see it, and the aura happens again, the bells go off again, and there's the bunny teddy bear thing attacking, and she's like, I'm a rabbit bear. And she's like, you pets on school property, that's a violation, an easy lightning strike, and dogs run back. And then what's his face decides to leave. He's like, oh, this is ridiculous. And then she's like, you guys are on here, that's a violation. And she starts shocking things. But then Sosake talks to her, and he's like, well, so you seem to be the guard for this place, protecting the people in here. We weren't sure of your intentions. That's why we came by, because we thought maybe our friend was in danger. But since you're taking good care of her, we'll just leave. And so he transforms like into human when he says that, and the song represents that. And so basically she doesn't, she stops. The bunny bear stops, or the rabbit bear stops, and they leave. And they're comfortable because now there's like a guardian spirit protecting the place, even though it's a stuffed animal. And then the next day happens. Hamiji is with her roommate Suzu, and they're leaving to go down. And Suzu's like, "You have some good friends. They were worried about you, but I see now you're gonna be just fine, and you don't really need me anymore." And she goes, "What are you talking about? I don't need you anymore. You're the first friend I made up here. You're always going to be my friend," basically. And that made Suzu happy, but she's like, I left something. So she walks away. And at the same time, that head chick, the prefect or perfect, I forget what it was, but she walks up and with her group of girls, and it's like, hey, if you want, you want to join me for lunch, and that's a big deal. That's the head table. And she's like, I was so, I want you to join me. We'll have a good time, get to talking. She's like, yeah, can my roommate come? Let me go get her. And she's like, or let me go ask my roommate. And she's like, your roommate? You're not supposed to have a roommate. She's like, what? Yeah, we were worried because, you came so late and so suddenly. We had no roommate. We were worried you were going to be lonely. She goes, hold on, I think I forgot something. She goes, all right, but meet us out in the terrace. And she's like, all right. So she checks the room is empty. And then she finds the teddy bear, the stuffed animal, and there it is on the bed next to her. And she's like, and she knows instantly who it is. She's like, this kind of reminds me of Shino. And there you go. So it turns out Suzu, he's the guard there, and she's the spirit bear. But what's funny to me is, if the other one was in control or manifested that spirit, then she would have known she was there taking care of her. So maybe she's not the one who created it, and she just knows about it because she's been going to school there long. So that's going to be interesting. But it's definitely a good spirit. It's not evil, and it's there to protect her, and it's her friend. So, and she's going to be fine at school. So that's pretty much the episode in a nutshell. Again, not much happened. I'm going to give this one a 3. It was a good episode. It was enjoyable. I thought certain scenes were funny, none of them were scary, and basically, it was just a story. This has nothing to do with the main plot except for establishing that A, there's a guardian spirit where she's staying, B, she wants to be a doctor, and C, she's away at school. You know what I mean? Or C should have been B, but whatever. And that's pretty much all this episode did. So, I mean, it was enjoyable. I enjoyed the story. It was funny at times, but I'm gonna just give it a solid 3. It's a solid, decent, good episode. I'm not gonna give it a 2 or a 2.5, although, because it wasn't bad in my opinion. It was just a good episode, a regular episode. It's why I like the show. It's because they have short stories that are not huge, encompassing arcs, but they also have little tiny stories to fill the gap that aren't bad. Now the next episode is going to be called Lonely Figure, and we see it has something to do with some blonde chick. But more importantly, the dude that looks like Sosake with the swordsman dude is there. And you know what? I never noticed in the intro credits that the dude had one eye or an eye patch, but he does, and he does in this too. So we definitely see what seems to be the main villain appearing. What seems to be the villain. Again, we don't know his deal. We just know he did some horrible things in the past. But we have no idea who or what he is and what's his connection to Sosake. So, all interesting stuff here. Maybe Sosuke's this guy's good half. Maybe that's why he's missing an eye. I have no idea. Can't wait to find out. Super excited about that. So, before I go, here's my little PS reminder. In the description below, I am putting in a link to a petition Henshin Hakkenden has going around. This I've mentioned before has to do with the copyright rules. And now, since I've been talking about this a few weeks back, this week I was harassed and one of my videos was flagged by Sony Music and due to copyright infringement. It's bullshit because you guys know this is the video here, so whatever. But I'm fighting it. Either way, I'm supporting it. I've been supporting it since before I was harassed by Sony Music. And this might be an intentional move by them to knock down any support it's gaining in YouTube. And I hope that's not the case. I hope it was just random. But either way, support it, click it, do it, get it done, because the rules around here need to be changed. And that's enough with that. But click it up if you like it. Comment if you must. And please, please, please subscribe if you can. And this is alertwolf signing out.